Welcome. If you're new here, I make videos about making money, saving money, working for yourself. I have not worked for other people for almost 10 years now, and I would not go back for anything. I love working for myself. Started out with side hustles. I sold on eBay for years and years, since 2000. And I'm winding down my eBay store now. Who knows if I'll pick it up again, but for right now, I'm kind of burned out on eBay and I'm closing out my store. In today's video, I wanted to go over some tips on what I'm doing at this time of the year to maximize my sales on eBay. Now, I want to close out my store and sell down all of my inventory by the end of the year. What I don't sell, I'm probably going to give away because I have other things that are coming up in the new year, like a brain surgery, and I just don't want to have to fool with eBay. So this time of year is when I make the majority of my money on eBay. I sell more things around Christmas time and the holidays than I do the rest of the year combined. So there are a few things that I do this time of year to make sure that my sales are good. The first and most important thing, in my opinion, is to make sure you've got everything listed. If you have a dead pile that you haven't listed and that you've been looking at for a while, now is the time to get that stuff listed. You want to get it listed as quickly as possible because you're going to have more people going to eBay looking for things like that than any other time of the year, depending, of course, on your inventory and the niche that it's in. But you definitely want to get things listed. Once you have everything listed, the next thing that I would work on is really sharpen your pencil on pricing. Now is the time to run a sale. If you're going to run a sale, now is the time. There are a lot of different ways that you can run sales. You can run 2-for-1s, you can run buy one, get one, you can run percentages off. I just mark things down this time of year. If you're going to offer free shipping and you haven't been offering free shipping, now is the time to put the free shipping on. People hate to pay for shipping. I usually charge actual shipping costs because I have whittled down to items that can be sold through first class mail. So my shipping costs are very low. But if you're selling clothing or other items that have a higher price point and they weigh more, then you may want to work the cost of the shipping in. That's a personal choice. You do what works best for your business. But this time of year, people don't like to pay for shipping because shipping is free everywhere else. The next thing that I do is I make sure that I go over my listings and I make sure that I've got good photos, that there aren't any errors. eBay loves to change the way that they categorize things. And so they can have problems with your listings that you didn't have when you listed it, especially if you have older stock. I have about 600 remaining items. I had about 2,000 at one point, and nothing had any errors on it when I listed it. But over time, they've changed the way that they categorize things. I didn't have any missing fields either, but they love to add new fields. So you may want to go over your listings and just make sure that they're optimized for SEO and that they are ready to go. You want good, clean pictures. It's not a bad time to check your inventory either. I've had a recurring glitch with eBay where things that have sold, they've relisted, even though I've sold and shipped them. And so I'll end up running a sale and about 3 items per week on average are not even in stock anymore. And I remember that I've sold these items already. And when I go to my files and I look it up, sure enough, the item has been sold. So you want to watch for that. I never take the time to do an inventory. I think it's a good practice if you have the time. I don't have the time to put my hands on 600 items as I'm winding down my store. But if I was going to remain in business, that's something that I would do year end, just to have a clean start for the new year. But those are the things that I would definitely recommend doing right now as soon as possible. Make sure your listings are up. Make sure they're priced right. Maybe the trends have changed. Maybe things aren't going for what they were going for when you listed the item. I've had items listed for years now. And because of the nature of my items, something that I listed 5 years ago could still sell now. But if I lower the price, I can sell it quicker. And I'm trying to get rid of my inventory, so that's what I'm doing. There are a lot of things that are hot for a moment and then they lose all the heat to them. So you may want to go through your inventory and just see if you have some formerly hot items that have grown cold. Maybe you need to lower the price, which none of us like to do. But, when I first started in the 2000s, dishware was hot. Vintage dishware. I sold dinerware and depression glass and a lot of the pink glass and the carnival glass. And now you can't hardly give that stuff away. But times have definitely changed. Trends come and go. And just take a look at your inventory if you've had it up for a while and make sure that it's still competitively priced and that your descriptions and your titles have the right SEO in them. For example, if somebody is searching for something, you want to make sure that the title of your item has all the words that they would search for. For example, if you had Nike Air Jordans and there was a certain model, and I'm not a tennis shoe geek, so I don't know all the names for it, but if it was Nike Air Jordan Red, model XYZ, you want to make sure all of that's in your title, or at least your description, because those are SEO search terms that you want to have pop up in the Google searches. And eBay will optimize for that, but you've got to have the right words in your titles and in your descriptions for them to show up on an SEO search. So those are the types of things that I look at this time of year. Really, you should have been doing this a few months ago because the Christmas selling online really starts July, August. But now is crunch time. So if you haven't done those things, get them done in the next few days, because the Christmas buying season ends well before Christmas because of the time it takes to ship. You're going to have probably the last of your Christmas orders. Probably the very, very last ones are going to be the week before Christmas because the majority of people aren't going to cut it that close. You might have a couple that'll cut it closer to the end, but their presents are going to be late. So you definitely want to get things up in the next few days. Don't take weeks to do this stuff, but do it in the next few days. I hope this helps someone, and I hope you have a happy selling season if you're on eBay.